really the key here is to recognize that you're always, you're never in the world. I mean, and you can think of this figuratively, if you wish, but you can also think of this literally. You're not in the world. You are the unborn. This is the world of the apparently born, and this is not your home. This is dream. It's our dream. It's the collective oneness, however that works, and but it's our dream, and you are. It's your dream, but it's not. You can see right now that when you look around, you're not in it. Can you find yourself in this dream? No. Can you see what's seeing? No. So the easiest thing to recognize is that you're never outside of this. Where you are when it feels like you're outside of this, and I understand that it does feel like we move in and out. But when we're, quote, out of this or feeling like we're out of this, that what it means is that I've gone back and I've believed thought again. And thought always begins, the train of thought always begins with the same thought over and over again. It's like the locomotive thought. And the locomotive thought is, I'm a Nikki, or I'm a Fred, or I'm a Betsy. And it's tricky. It's tricky enough. I had trouble with it last week. Awakeness has been because of pain and frustration, but mostly pain. But this awakeness has been working through this body actively, consciously since 2006. So the natural response would be, well, at some point I figured you'd get it. But the one who gets it is not this one. One who gets it is awakeness. Yeah, that's right, John. What world? And because it's not this one that gets it, this is where the trouble is in terms of feeling like you're no longer in it. And you can see where pain would be. The body is set up not to care for pain. I mean, it's set up for resistance. It is just no, because the body wants to say no to pain. Because the body wants what feels good, and pain is not one of those things. So what else can do that? Being upset. And here's one you might not expect: being very happy. and I'm so happy this happened, and I hope it'll never go away because I want to stay right here. And you really can't stay right here. There's no such, we talk about abidance, and there is the perception of abidance, that I abide with it. But the truth is there's only it. So abidance is always taking place. You just don't always know it. And when we say you don't always know it, who am I talking about? The only one I could talk to, which is awakeness. It happens to be the awakeness that is very connected through the Nikki unit, but it's awakeness. That's all that's here. This is awakeness talking to awakeness. And I have I just noticed a video. I think I retitled it this morning, but if you, right now, if all of the bodies in this room were to disappear, but somehow, it just can't happen. But let's assume that the consciousness of each one of us, apparent independent consciousness, let's just say that stayed, but the bodies just disappeared. Can anybody find anything to complain about if you don't have a body? I can't. I really can't. Nikki can't. So because without the body, you don't have any stake in any of this. It's just like a movie. And but it's a spontaneous movie. And it's and the movie is always of your making, in the sense that the movie, it's not so much that there's anything wrong with the movie, it's the production of the movie, the direction of it, the movie, and all of that is happening in, let's just say, mind, not my mind, not your mind. There's no individual mind, but just mind. Mind is taking cosmic soup and producing a story, and and given that as long as we think we're one of these, that story that it's spinning about relativity, about the existence of relativity and the importance of relativity and all of that, it's going to be pretty intoxicating. But the good news is you can lose the intoxication without losing the interest, without losing the beauty of it or the love that's in it. The intoxication is just the part that really confuses us, because the first thing that happens because the way there is to believe I'm a Fred or I'm a Nikki, that single thought that's going to start all other thoughts. And once that thought has gone, what we're going to notice is that where there was no complaint, now there is suddenly nothing but complaint, just about. Because the first thing I noticed whenever identification pops up is, well, this isn't right. This isn't right. What's wrong here? Yeah. What's the well, I know what's wrong here. What is it? Well, I can tell you what's wrong. Well, what would you do to make everything all right? I have no idea, but I know that this is not what I want. And it doesn't matter what it is, or it is what I want, but I never want it to change. I want it to always stay like this. We can get in that situation where if it never gets any better, that's fine. I'll stay right here. But it's always going to change. It doesn't mean it's going to get better or get worse from an individual standpoint, but it will do one of the two. And change is the big driver, because we notice change and we call it time. And really, there's always just this moment, this experience. And you think that was that experience, but no, it's just part of this experience. There's only this experience. If you project into the future, it's going to be part of this experience. You can only do it from here. Everything starts from here, because you are this here. It's not a matter of being in the now, staying in the now, getting to the now. It's a matter of recognizing that you are the very nowness of this now. This is it, exactly as it is. And when we begin to think that we're individuals, we think, well, this is okay, but can you make it not happen? Let's understand something. We're not in control here, whether we believe that we're units or we believe that we're gods. There's no control here. So that idea that I don't like this from my grandchildren, that idea shows that you're not, at least to that degree, that you're not going insane. You're already insane. Because what I want is other. I'm oneness, and I can't wait for other. Well, you better be ready to wait. Because there is no other. We can't wait on other coming. We can't wait on when something else will come in and save the day. And when we say save the day, what do we mean? We mean twist reality until it suits my wishes. Because my idea of saving the day and your idea of saving the day might not be the same thing. Saving the day for the farmer is to give him rain. Saving the day for the guy over here is to stop the rain, let him go on his picnic, right? So saving the day is, guess what? Just like everything else, is relative. When we recognize that we are in a relative world, then you have to recognize that things are not going to remain the same. They will change, but probably your wildest guess couldn't get you there. What you're doing is you're taking the current situation and projecting that into an imaginary future. You can see how this is all going to unfold. God can't, but you can. And that's and you know, and me too, of course. I'm bad too. So we think we can we see how the universe is unfolding, and we think that we can just spread that out and say this is the way it's going to be. None of us can do that. You know, think about 9/11, or think about Kennedy's assassination. These things, nobody had any clue that that was coming. Did those things change the world? Absolutely. Did they do so with my permission? No, I was not asked. In either case, I was not consulted, and I won't be consulted on the next such case either. Because there's no me, but what I want to do is I want to project a me, and as long as I'm projecting a me, let me project an important me. And this is the key mistake, because this is my world. I mean, I'm right at the center of it. You can see that. And you know, you're all very nice, although, you know, you're nice when you do what I want you to do. You're not as nice, you know, I don't think so highly of people who don't. So that changes, right? If I can recognize that, yes, I am important, but that's John Miller's I. Fred and Nikki are not so hot. And they're not going to be. They are just as they are. And conditions are forming the dream, along with our belief in the fact that I'm over here, and my grandchildren will experience a world over there, which I can see coming. I don't see how you could miss it. Any fool can see just how it's going. And I've got my own version. Don't think I don't. But,
You know,
but you're going to imagine it. And guess what's the second thing you're doing after you imagine it? You're suffering because you believe it. We just notice we're right back on track. We made it up. We believed it, and enough. And then we suffered from it. And now we're on step 4, which is coming to spirituality, try to overcome the suffering we're experiencing because we're believing what we just made up. And when you realize, I have turned my life over to a lunatic. How much sense does this make? I found out I had turned my life over to a drunk. I couldn't believe it. And then I complained when he didn't get it right.